This has been something that required a lot of dedication, a lot of reflection. Um, when he got started in 1959, it wasn't something that was extremely popular from a cultural standpoint, but even just from his independent family. He had to not only convince himself to be bold enough and brave enough to make his dream a reality, but he also had to have some conversations with his direct household and his family that he had to support. And we know that's not always easy when you're the one that has an idea within you, and even your partner has to be brought into that. They have to be um, communicated with where they can now see the value of what you're sharing with them, and they now want to share in the experience of making that into a reality. And it's a journey, and it was one that as he kept on going, he found out how truly he possessed dedication, passion, persistence. Even when he faced obstacles, he seen the level of endurance that he had from a physical level, but also from a mental level. When they just touched on being surveilled by the FBI, I don't know if anyone out here in the audience has been surveilled by the FBI, but I'm not. I can only imagine.
Probably all of us.
I can only imagine knowing that you're just trying to return home to your household after putting in an honest day of work, and you know you're being tailed.
Yeah.
While you're putting in your honest day of work, you can look outside and see people across the street for hours, but never seemingly coming in, but never taking their focus off of the store. And then, the reports that's going back is trying to paint you not as somebody that's willing to put in an honest day of work and pay your taxes and make a living, but somebody that's doing something subversive or trying to stir up something that's counteractive.
That's right.
To the nation's progress.
That's right.
All these things can cause questions, can cause you to second guess why you're doing something. Is this valuable? But because of the faces and people of this community, as the store grew, as things made us change locations, as things evolved and got added on, got taken away, it's because of people like yourself came in and proved through your support that what he had going on, what he stayed committed to, was worth the while. So we appreciate you guys again staying committed, staying connected, because it's because of those things that we made it to this point. So individual moments and memories that connect you guys and made it important enough for you guys to be here today. So with that being said, I understand everyone is on a certain time frame, so we're going to move right into the speakers after we do the acknowledgement and thank you for everyone that made this day possible. So if I miss any individual or organization, charge it to just the hecticness of the day and not me personally. But we definitely want to say thank you to the family first, to the sacrifice that you give, your time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, love, dedication. So you're receiving this hand clap, and you should, because we recognize that that's not always easy to do as the day and the age continuously changes and evolves. Next, we want to pay homage to the Enterprise Center. That's also been in support of us constantly and consistently as we continue to evolve over the years, over the decades. As their team continues to evolve on their side, they still find it worthwhile to stay connected to us as a team. And we are here today with the participation and the support of the Enterprise Center and their team. So we wanted to make sure that we recognize them as an organization, but also some of those that are here as individuals today. Next, we want to most certainly honor, pay homage, and gratitude to the University City Historical Society, because they were the ones that seeing who we were as a business and recognized the contribution that we put in, and they said we're willing to do the legwork of everything that is needed for us to be considered as an applicant for this honor. So we want to make sure that we recognize that organization and every individual attached to it, because without them putting the application in place, we will not be able to be here today to celebrate and a unified effort. So we appreciate all the work, all the time, all the blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifice that you guys have done.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What a delight to be here in West Philadelphia in 50 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm State Senator Tim Carney from Delaware County. I'm also a commissioner. All right. I also serve as a commissioner for the Pennsylvania Historic Museum Commission. So inclement weather aside, it's really wonderful to be here. Hakim's Bookstore is not just any bookstore. It is a true piece of Pennsylvania history, and it's rightfully recognized here as a historical site for all of us to celebrate. You know, back in 1959, Mr. Hakim had the fortitude and the desire to create a space for Black learning that honors, celebrates, and educates those who enter the bookstore's door. For 6 decades, this store has been a gathering place for many, a place for visitors and a community to commune, to learn, to imagine, to celebrate Black culture, African history, and diversity. How incredible and courageous of Mr. Hakim to have had the vision to open this store. How tenacious of him and his family to have kept it open for 6 decades. It's a deeply profound feat, and Mr. Hakim was indeed a trailblazer because of it. Now here we all proudly stand, more than 60 years later, recognizing this store as the oldest surviving Black-owned bookstore in Pennsylvania. I've heard so much about this store's history and what it represents to the community. It's evident that Hakim's is much more than a bookstore. It's a symbol of resilience and empowerment. In a world where diverse agendas are attempting to ban books and to limit access to knowledge, Hakim's bookstore stands here as a reminder to all of us the importance of open dialogue and diverse perspectives. I'm honored to be part of the Board of Commissioners that voted for Hakim's to receive this dedication marker. It's a distinction well deserved. And as we celebrate today Hakim's bookstore legacy, I hope we will all leave here with a renewed sense of partnership and will work with some capacity to ensure that the doors of Hakim's remain open for decades to come.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning. How's everyone doing other than the rain? Thanks for inviting me to join you for this memorable event today. As the newest Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commissioner and the only commissioner, remember that. The only commissioner from Philadelphia, I'm especially excited to be here with you today. Thank you to Jacqueline Wiggins. Where's Jacqueline? For her service as a marker panel member. Thanks to Yvonne Blake, for sharing this wonderful historic site with us. And thank you to Amy Lambert from the University City Historical Society for helping make this happen today and providing me with an opportunity to contribute financially to this marker. I'm glad my fellow commissioner, Senator Kearney, and Senator Hughes, my friend, is here with us today. It's wonderful to pay tribute to Mr. Hakim and his namesake bookstore, Hakim's Bookstore. While it's difficult to impossible for bookstores to last more than 60 years, it's even more difficult for a Black-owned bookstore to last that long. Their surveillance by the FBI in the 1960s is indicative of the struggles that Black-owned businesses face. Small businesses in general, and bookstores like Hakim's Bookstore specifically plays an essential role in our community by providing places to gather and organize, engage, and learn. Hakim's Bookstore led the way for other Black-owned businesses and bookstores like Uncle Bobby's, which is in my Germantown neighborhood, that enjoys a strong following. Yvonne and your family, I enjoyed reading about your father, his political activism, and his mentoring of social activists. Hakim's Bookstore is certainly worthy of this historic marker, so thank you.
So much history, so much significance. From a historical and cultural standpoint, Senator Carney, you know this. In 1959, it was not a popular thing to talk about Black culture, Black history. Am I right, Al Simpkins?
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
That was not a thing to do.
That's right.
That was not a thing to populate, to be in the popular public conversation, to talk about our contribution. But Hakim's stood tall.
Carver. Yes. Carver.
Telling the untold story. The untold story, the story that was hushed. You look at some of the books, and if y'all want to keep Hakim's going, y'all really want to celebrate today, everybody need to go back in here and buy a book. All right?
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
My man got the It's a Philly thing shirt on. Absolutely. You need to go back in here and buy a book, okay?
No doubt.
I will be buying at least one. All right?
Right.
At least one.
Me
today.
too.
All right? But one a month, all right? You know, one a month, all right? But from a business standpoint, and can you help start businesses through your entire career? To be in business, what is it, 64 years. 64 years. I'm going to say it again. 64 years is no small feat. From the surviving the uprising of 2020 right here on 52nd Street, surviving COVID, so surviving so much in the 60s and all the hell that was being raised all across the economic, the recessions and depressions and all of that, but still staying strong. That's a lesson. Just this past Wednesday evening, we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the African American Chamber of Commerce here in Philadelphia. It's a great accomplishment. But 34 years before that, is the Hakims. And the message was to those who can and who have done it, to teach others how to do the same. So that's what this moment is. You know, this is and I'll say this with Senator Carney, as a senator, all right? Also as a commissioner. Ken, you'll find this out. This is Ken's first historical mark. He just got on the commission 3 days ago. And this is his first one. And we appreciate you being out here, Ken. All right? For real. It has not been a thing to lift up Black history with these markers. It has not been a thing. It was, a few of us raised hell a few years ago, and Bloxham took on a mission and started recognizing and doing the history and all of that, and put all of this stuff together. And so now it is a standard. And as we approach the America 250 conversation, because that's coming up in a few years, it is extremely important that we make sure that our story is told in this process. All right? Because if we don't tell our story, don't expect anyone else to tell it. So Senator Carney and I have a Senate resolution, a Senate citation of congratulations. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it says what you already know. But understand this. Not everyone gets one of these. They have to go through a very rigorous process. Am I right, Tim? A very rigorous process before they're signed off on. So this is not just something from me and Senator Carney or the other senators around here. This is something that is an acknowledgement from 12 million people across Pennsylvania. All right? And that's how you should look at this. So, Mother, turn it around so everybody can see it. All right? Y'all take the pictures. All right? That's our face.
Hello, my name is Daria Williams. I work at the Enterprise Center here in West Philadelphia. So I am connected to Hakim's Bookstore through Miss Yvonne and Chris. They're awesome people. Hakim's Bookstore means so much to the community here in West Philly and Philadelphia at large. I love to be able to come buy books from a historic bookstore. Fun fact, you can ask them if there's not a book you see in stock, you can ask them if there's a book and they can order it for you, which I've done a few times here. So please support our local bookstores.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Gregorio Pack Cahoon Jr. I am the president of Friends of Malcolm X Memorial Park, 52nd and Pine Street here in West Philadelphia. I've been in this neighborhood for over 60 years. I met Mr. Hakim years ago, and he was trying to do the right thing. He's trying to educate the black people to understand what it was like back in the day. Let them know what was happening. He was a good person. He was all heart, and I really appreciate what he did for our community and what his family is going on through all these generations that they're doing, trying to help them have the bookstore open as often as they can and let people come and learn what's going on, what's happening in the world of today. Books by black authors, black events that happen, and just say Mr. Hakim has been a wonderful and excellent human being, a good person from his heart. He's a friend of mine. He's good people, and I know he's happy where he's at right now. And he's looking down and smiling at us, even though the rain. He knows what's at. We're here for him. Thank you very much.
Bazemore. I'm a visual artist and create art around social justice and change. But I want to say that this is the first book that I ever purchased at Hakim's Bookstore. Okay, and I purchased this like 1975, 76 in there. So I just wanted to show you that.
My name is Carolyn Nichols, Nichols. I live in West Philly. I'm currently a judge of Pennsylvania Superior Court, which is a statewide appellate court. And my whole career started right here at Hakim. I started out in high school. I got my little working papers, and I would come here after school, and I just developed just an insatiable love of reading right here and learning about Black history, which wasn't taught anywhere, and learning about self-knowledge and self-love and how to be responsible for myself, my family, and my community. And it all started right here. My love of the law and everything else started right here. So I'm so excited. I wasn't here 64 years ago. I just want to say that. But I'm so excited and just honored to be a part of this celebration today. I know if Hakim were here, he would be excited. I think he would really appreciate it. And we all appreciate it because Hakim is us and we're Hakim. And thank you so much.
Good. Peace and love. I'm here today celebrating with this family business because this family business has been providing a safe place for people to learn, to share, and to show that they care about themselves as well as the community and the city at large. This business was started in 1959, well before I was even thought of or made. But the fact that the family has kept their promise to the founder and allowed it to be here for a little old whippersnapper like me to come along and to run into has been beyond a blessing. I've been able to volunteer and help it stay out here and available to the city and the world at large. I've been able to help it survive peaks as well as valleys. And I know that it's been a blessing personally for me as well as professionally. So I've been even more blessed to be a part of it and adopted as a family member, but also being able to share my family. So my 2-year-old boy has a library that's almost half my size, and I want to say more than 90% of it came from the bookstore. So with that being the sentiment and the intention that this bookstore has, being an educational institution that's holistic and offers a full offering, I had to make sure that I was a part of this full day of celebration and making sure that we're paying homage to the greatness that this business has put in and most certainly deserves. All right? So I appreciate the time, and I look forward to seeing this business continue to progress and push forward.
Good morning. My name is Paulette Hill, and I am a Hakim's Bookstore. Original store was at 60 where I lived. I lived on 60th Street, and I used to go to that store as a teenager, as an adolescent, and I have found Hakim all the time. His daughter actually coordinated my wedding. Hakim was wonderful. I remember the FBI thing. That wasn't at this location. That was in 60th Street. And he has always been a person that wanted to give back to the community. And that's what I do in the books. I'm 71 years old. I promote this store everywhere I go. Don't go to the big bookstores. Personal interaction interaction with the people. They will remember you. They will remember the books you read. They will call you. They texted me today to make sure that I was going to be here because I've been so excited because this has been delayed a couple of times. And every time it was delayed, I came to that date August 12th. I was already here thinking it was going to happen, and it came happen today. But I'm so glad that God let me live long enough to see this. I know that Hakim is looking down at me. Now, I'm so proud of his family. That was hard work. It's going more than 60 years. So come out, buy a book right here. You can come and sit and read a book and show the children even the artifacts that they have. Artwork and blankets. I train my grandchildren. The blankets that they have inside have all the black figures. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Richard Allen, all kinds of stuff. So you can come here and learn about yourself in your own words. Just share it with others and promote them now until another 6 months. Thank you.
I'm the current president of the University City Historical Society, and my organization was thrilled to be able to sponsor the marker application for Hakim's Bookstore. And we're just delighted that it was accepted and that the marker's been installed, and we've had such a beautiful celebration here. Yvonne, you are such a precious and cherished and strong and amazing woman, and your family is so beautiful. And all of the work that you've done to keep this store open and keep your father's legacy intact was celebrated and rewarded today. And I hope you feel the love from your family and friends and community. And we love you, and we're so glad that this day came together. So thank you so much for letting us into your lives and letting us be a part of this celebration.
My name is Hildebrand Pelzer III. I'm so proud to be here this morning at Hakim's Bookstore. It's actually my first time here. Won't be my last time. I've driven past this location millions of times. And I'm just happy to be a part of this dedication today and this open house. And trust me, this will not be my last time here. The books that are in the store are amazing. Deep, depth, many titles, many opportunities to learn about Black history and just to grow and learn as much as possible.
Okay, my name is Napoleon Kincaid. I'm a reporter for the Spirit newspaper out of West Philadelphia. I've been a reporter for over 40 years here in the city of Philadelphia. Coming here to Hakim Bookstore for me is a great adventure because there's so much history built around this bookstore. You have all kind of books for children, for adults, for people coming from outside the city. And when you see the number of books and what these books stand for, you can't help but be in awe of the history and the literature that's inside these books. So for this bookstore to exist right here in the heart of West Philadelphia, it's a privilege because this bookstore carries so many books spanning so many decades, and this bookstore is a testimony to the founder, Hakim. Just imagine he had a dream of having a bookstore such as this, and he started from the trunk of his car, and he never gave up on his dream. And now he has passed down this bookstore to generations of his family. And for us to be here today to honor the historical, marker is a testimony to Hakim's legacy right here in the city of Philadelphia. And as a reporter, I'm just glad that I'm here to witness history in the making, because it has to be documented for other generations of African American people as well as other nationalities to know about the history of Hakim Bookstore. It's just an honor, you know. And as you hear the noise in the background, people are here to give honor to this bookstore, and they are proud to be here to witness history as well. So, you know, Yvonne, the daughter, has helped carry on the legacy of Hakim Bookstore, and thank God she is still living to tell the story and to honor her own father, you know, for this historic bookstore. And, you know, the history just extends beyond years. And I'm just proud to be a witness as well, you know, to be here today at Hakim Bookstore to give honor as well as a reporter to this historical, magnificent bookstore. It's just great to be here. Okay.